Javier, I really don't get it. I mean, this seems like they're shooting themselves in the foot if they don't have an agreement and then we have a big glut or a big surplus in the markets. You know, is it the politics above common sense?
Francine, you are absolutely right that OPEC is always at risk of shooting itself in the foot after it has done a fantastic job on recovering the oil market and actually bringing a lot of volumes out of the market. Now they need to decide whether a production increase that is scheduled for the 1st of January goes ahead or not. We have had a lot of pre-meetings activity. Yesterday, there was a conference call of some of the leading oil ministers of the OPEC Plus group. That meeting ended without an agreement, but let's not forget that the real meeting happens today from 2 p.m. Vienna time. That's 1 p.m. London, 8 in the morning in New York. And that is when the real activity, the real diplomacy is going to happen. And we have a second day of meetings on Tuesday when other countries, the non-OPEC group, will come also on board of that conversation. So there is a lot of posturing going into the meeting with division, but I will still expect that OPEC can find an agreement in the next 48 hours.
And so how would they find this cohesion, Javier? Would it be really Saudi Arabia trying to pull all sides together? I know there are some splits by countries that in the past were very close and even allies.
Well, probably it's going to require a bit of OPEC diplomacy, and probably it will result on a fudge. We are not going to get probably the clean deal that the market was looking only a week ago. That was a 3-month delay. That may be a bit more complicated. There are different proposals that delegates are floating in part to test what is the reaction of the market. But it seems that there is enough self-interest of everyone within OPEC. They know what the risk of failure is because the pandemic has not ended. The vaccines have not yet been distributed, and the demand is still shaky, and there is a lot of lockdowns. I mean, look at Vienna, the city that usually hosts the OPEC conferences. It's on lockdown. The Ringstrasse, where a lot of the activity in the hotels around the famous Viennese Boulevard happen, is effectively empty today. And that means that OPEC is going to be very cautious, and I think that there is a lot of self-interest to find some kind of compromise over the next 48 hours.